Disrespectful NFL moments. NFL players often experience significant disrespect, but it doesn't compare to the extreme instances where an NFL star got involved with a legend's spouse or when an NFL player showed disrespect towards Jesus. Before delving into those incidents, let's focus on Cam Newton's disrespectful actions. Cam's disrespect primarily revolved around financial matters, highlighting disparities in bank accounts. Juju's disrespect. On the other hand, Juju's disrespectful moments stemmed from his TikTok fame. He regularly went viral during pre-game warm-ups by dancing on his opponents' logos, but this act of showmanship took a serious turn when he danced on the Bengals logo. One Bengals player, Bon Bell, felt incredibly disrespected and decided to ensure Juju would never dance again. During their match, he pummeled Juju so severely that it resulted in a fumble, ultimately leading to Juju's team's loss. This incident serves as a stern warning to Juju, discouraging him from dancing on logos in the future. Due to this situation, he earned the nickname TikTok Boy. Speaking of social media, Lamar Jackson once made a disrespectful tweet ridiculing a fan's choice of cheesy dip. Lamar Jackson disrespect. Lamar Jackson's display of disrespect came at a time when he was trying to prove himself as a star player deserving of a maximum contract. However, his performance faltered, and he couldn't lead his team to victory against one of the league's weakest teams. Instead, the game hinged on the efforts of his kicker, who ultimately failed to save the day. A fan expressed their frustration, suggesting that when a player like Lamar, who's seeking a $250 million guaranteed contract, performs poorly, the outcome should not rely on the kicker alone. The fan recommended investing in a more well-rounded team with the allocated funds. Lamar responded saying, "Boy, shut up. You'll be capping too much on this app. Never smelled the football field. Never did shh." While some found his comment amusing, it did not sit well with the sensitives of the world in 2023. Lamar's response was uncharacteristic of him, as he typically doesn't use such language or speak in that manner. The backlash was swift, and it was a place he didn't want to find himself immediately after a game. Consequently, Lamar eventually deleted the controversial tweet. Damar Hamlin disrespect. Damar Hamlin's display of disrespect was not directed towards a fan, but instead involved a lack of respect for Jesus. This incident occurred shortly after Damar's remarkable recovery from a near-death experience during an NFL game, which captured the world's attention. He made a full recovery and chose the Super Bowl as the platform for his return, marking his resurrection from a life-threatening incident. As a special guest during the Super Bowl event, Damar Hamlin unintentionally stirred controversy. It was not his intent to disrespect anyone, but the controversy arose due to the jacket he was wearing. The jacket wasn't just an unattractive designer piece that someone might spend a fortune on. Many believed it was a mockery of Jesus because it featured caricatures of Jesus on the front and back, portraying him as a peculiar zombie-like cartoon figure. This perception of disrespect wasn't limited to fans alone. Even NFL legend Adrian Peterson criticized him. Peterson commented, "You should be thanking God's son. This is blasphemy. We all fall short, but come on, man. I find this disrespectful. #grateful, #God." Damar eventually issued an apology before the situation escalated, but it still garnered significant attention. Patrick Mahomes disrespect. Patrick Mahomes found himself the target of significant disrespect, sparking a rift between him, his teammates, and an entire city. This lack of regard stemmed from Mahomes' winless record of 0-3 against the Cincinnati Bengals, with many asserting that the Bengals were Mahomes' Achilles heel. As the AFC Championship, an immensely crucial matchup drew near. The mayor of Cincinnati, Joseph Liberal, who held a perfect 3-0 record against Mahomes, carried out a provocative act. Officials even requested him to undergo a paternity test to determine whether he could be Mahomes' father. It's worth noting that some question the audacity of someone seemingly unfamiliar with football making such a bold move. The situation escalated when jokes about Patrick Mahomes' father ignited a determination within Mahomes and his team to prove themselves. The Chiefs came out with unwavering determination, leading Mahomes to secure his first ever victory against the Bengals and earning them a ticket to the Super Bowl. Amid the victory, Mahomes' teammate Travis Kelce didn't hold back in addressing the mayor's disparaging comment. He offered a piece of advice to the Cincinnati mayor, stating, "Know your role and shut your mouth, you jump Brody." While Kelce's choice of words might have been inspired by The Rock's famous quote, "Shut your mouth," it was justified given the Chiefs' triumph not only in that game but also in their subsequent Super Bowl victory. This marked the genesis of a fiery rivalry between the Chiefs and the Bengals, with the Bengals star Joe Burrow playing a central role in the ongoing feud. When eventually asked about his opinion on the best quarterback in the league, he remained modest. He expressed, "We think he's the best in the world now. I don't think there's any argument right now. It's Pat. Until someone has a better year than he's had, he's the one to beat." Rob Gronkowski disrespect. One of the most astonishing displays of disrespect was witnessed when Rob Gronkowski made the decision to end his own career. He explained his choice, stating that he needed to prioritize what was best for himself, ensuring he didn't play for a struggling team. At the time, Gronk was one of the NFL's premier tight ends, dominating with the Patriots. The Lions, one of the league's weakest teams, offered a potentially game-changing deal for him. Desperate to acquire another star player and start winning games, the Lions were willing to trade away all their top draft picks for Gronk. With the potential for those picks to turn into multiple future superstars, it was a deal the Patriots couldn't refuse. However, Gronk threw a wrench into the works by being somewhat of a provocateur. He recounted, "I'm not sure about that story, but I did have a career-altering trade. I was actually traded to the Detroit Lions, and I called up and said, 'You just traded me to the Lions? I'm retired.' I didn't understand how that trade could go through. Then, 2 days later, the trade didn't go through. Can you believe that? I was like, oh no, I'm retired. How can you trade me?" And I stayed with the Patriots. This incident reflects the extent to which a football legend would go to avoid playing for the Lions, a team notorious for their fans wearing trash bags on their heads at games to avoid being recognized. This speaks to the embarrassment associated with the team's performance. Richard Sherman disrespect. Richard Sherman delivered a moment of extreme disrespect when he publicly humiliated an opponent in front of millions of viewers. The tension between Sherman and Michael Crabtree had been building for some time, initially sparked by a charity softball event where they nearly came to blows. Little did they know that a few months later, their rivalry would culminate in one of the most disrespectful moments in NFL history. The stage was set during an NFL playoff game between the Seattle Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers. The victor of this match would earn a ticket to the Super Bowl, and both players were determined to secure the win and flaunt their victory. The game remained close until the very end, but it was a final play that turned the situation into a highly disrespectful and unforgettable moment in the NFL. In front of an audience of 55 million people, Richard Sherman not only sealed the game with a crucial play, but also proceeded to publicly taunt and ridicule his opponent. The interception became an iconic moment in NFL history, characterized by its audacious nature. While Sherman's actions were undeniably bold, it's essential to note that this incident was just one of the many jaw-dropping plays in the NFL's storied history, including catches that seem impossible and game-winning plays that covered extraordinary distances. Some of these plays are so extraordinary that they left a lasting impact, even altering the course of someone's life. This video showcases a collection of such astonishing moments. If you're still reading my words and haven't clicked the video yet, it's a level of disregard even more astonishing than the moments we've just witnessed. So why delay? Click and enjoy the incredible plays for yourself.